Hello people, welcome one and all to Jojo's Learning Club.
Hello guys, I'm back again. So today in this video I'll be discussing on percentage and all the possible problems using percentages. So what are actually percentages? Percentages are actually given for a common standard and they have number 100 as the denominator. So let's understand more through examples. So 25 percentage you can represent as I said in terms of fraction by 25 by 100, which is nothing but 1.4, 1 by 4. This is in terms of fractions, and also you can represent it in terms of decimal fractions, that is 0.25. So how to convert a decimal fraction in terms of percentage? So to convert a decimal fraction, so you know that 0.25. To convert in terms of percentage, you have to do nothing but you have to just multiply this by 100, which is 25 percentage. And to find from fractions to percentage, so I have a fraction, yeah? I have a fraction, let's say 2 by 8. So first you have to try to write it into the smallest fraction, which is 1 by 4. And what is 1 by 4? You know that it is 0.25. So now to convert a decimal fraction, what you have to do? You just have to multiply it by 100. So times 100, it is 25 percentage. And this is how you represent fractions or decimal fractions using percentage. So this is all about, and let's do some calculations so we get a better understanding on percentage. So express 5 by 16 as percentage. As I said, when you have a fraction, first you have to convert in terms of decimal fraction. So for that, let's do the calculation. Here 16. So 0 I append and I put a decimal point. 16 times 3, 48. Again 20 is there. Goes 1 time. Again 40. It goes 2 times. And it goes, so 80. So it stops over here. Otherwise I would have stopped it. But it stopped over here. It's a terminating decimal. So 5 by 16, you can represent it as 0.3125. As I said, when you have a decimal fraction, to convert it into a percentage, you just have to multiply by 100%. So when you multiply this by 100%, you get 31.25. So this is your final answer. And now let's do the second problem, B. 2 by 5. As I've said or discussed in earlier sections in fractions, that when you have a mixed fraction, you can't do any calculation. So to do calculation, first you have to make it in terms of improper fraction. So 1 into 5 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7. So 7 by 5. Now you can divide so that you get its decimal fraction. 1, 5, 20. So 1.4. So 1.4 is the value of this improper fraction. So as I said, when you have a decimal to convert, so 1.4 is the answer. So when you get a decimal, you have to decimal fraction, you can convert it by just multiplying it with 100, which is 140 percentage. So this is the answer for the problem number B. As the problems goes down, it gets increasing and a little bit tougher than the first problems. So now let's go to the third problem. Let's discuss the third problem. See, it takes 50 minutes for a machine for a certain part. Using a new type tool, we can reduce the time by 15%. So calculate the new time taken. So 15 minutes are required to produce or to make a machine. Okay, and I have a new tool with which I can reduce the time by 15%. So this problem you can solve by two methods. So first 15 minutes are there, okay, and we also know that 15%, let's calculate what is a 15% of 15 minutes. As I said, when you convert a decimal to percentage to fractions, you have to write it by 50 by 100. So 50 by 100, you know that it cancels down, and it is 7.5 minutes. So what is this actually? This is a reduced time. So the total time was 15 minutes, and now you have 7.5 minutes reduced due to it. So the new time would be 42.5 minutes. So this is the step 1 or first method. And the second method, you can write it as 15%. So in the new method, you need only 85% of 50 minutes, right? That is 100 minus 15, which is 85%. So 15% is reduced, so you need for the new time only 85%. So 85 times 50, 85 by 100, 50, which is again 2, 85 by 2 is again 45 minutes. So you can use any method to solve this problem. I hope it is clear. In this problem, once again, the 50 minutes are required for a machine, and with the new tool you can do it with a reduced time of 15%. You can reduce, okay? So 15 times 50 by 100, so 50 times 15 by 100, so which is 7.5 minutes. You can reduce it from the old timing, or you can first itself reduce the percentage time and multiply it with the total time, so to get the new time. I hope it's clear. Now the D, again it's a very easy problem. 12.5% off. I have said when an off comes, you have to use multiplication. If you find it difficult, you can also refer my previous lectures on fractions and decimals for better understanding. Okay, so 12.5% of rupees 378. So I need to find what is 12.5% of 378. So 12.5%, I can write it as 12.5 by 100. As I said, it's difficult when you have something like this. So what you have to do, multiply with the 10 so that the decimal points move out. Now you can do it simply, easily. So 125 by 1000 times 378. So 125 and 100 both are divisible by 125, and you can cut it down and write it as 378 by 8. So let's calculate what is 378 by 8. 8, it was a 32, again here 5, 58, 8 6 are 48, 8 7s are 56. So I get a remainder 20 again. So 8 2s are 16, again 40. So answer is 47.25 rupees. So this is 12.5% of 378. I hope it's clear. Now let's discuss the problem number E. Here, let's read the question first. Express 25 minutes as a percentage of 2 hours, correct to the nearest 1%. So it's a little bit tricky, right? So 25, so here I have written wrong. 25 minutes of express 25 minutes as percentage of 2 hours. So 25 minutes of 2 hours is 25 by 120. 25 minutes of 2 hours is 120 minutes. So you can represent it as 25 by 120, which is nothing but 5 by 24. And you can also write at the end, you get the value 21%. So it's very easy, because why we are taking here 120? Because 25 minutes of 2 hours it is said. So 25 minutes of, or you can just take in terms of ratios, and the chapter ratios I have discussed. 25 minutes of 2 hours. 2 hours is nothing but 120, and that's why we are calculating here 120. So how much is this percentage? Just you have to term in terms of fractions and multiply it with 100% and make into the nearest 1% to get your final answer. So this is all about the problem number E. And the problem number F, our last problem, it is a very interesting problem, and it will cover up all the topics till now which I have discussed on ratios and proportions, fractions, decimals, and now to the percentage. So it covers up all. So a German silver alloy consists of 60% copper. So it has a 60% of copper, then 25% of zinc. Zinc is there. Then 15% of nickel. Okay, so 15% nickel. So this is a composition of an alloy. Okay, and the total mass is given as 3 kilogram. Okay, 3 3 kilogram. So it's better to write in terms of grams, so we have a better number and it's easier for our calculation. So what we have to find, determine the mass of copper, zinc and nickel in a 3 kilogram of alloy. So the alloy is composed of 3 kilogram. We are just writing in terms of its grams, that is 3000 grams. 60% of copper. 60%, how can you represent 60% in terms of fractions? You can write it as 60 by 100 into 3000 or 3 kilogram. You can cut it down. That's why I told you to write in terms of gram. So 60 into 30, which is nothing but 1800 gram, or you can just write it as 1.8 kilogram, because 1800 gram. So to make into kilogram, you just have to divide it by 0. So 2 zeros, 18 by 10 is 1.8. So this is how you represent. So 60% of copper, 60% of copper is 1.8 kilogram. And the next problem, 25%. So 25 by 100 into 3000. Again, you can cut down 2 zeros. 25 into 3 is 750 grams. So 25% of zinc is 750 grams. And now 15%. 15% of nickel is there. 15% of nickel is like 15 by 100 times 3000 grams. Again, 2 goes cancel out. It is nothing but 450 grams. So this is all about for the lecture percentage. And on my next video, I'll be covering upon indices and standard form. So that's all for today's video, and I wish you all a great day. Thank you.